What's going on, y'all? We live. We back. This is a quick edition of DTA Podcast. We checking in with everyone, seeing what's going on. Tonight was Payback. I am not going to talk about that tonight. Tonight I'm going to talk about the one thing that's been on my mind a lot, which is this story about Naomi. Yes, Naomi, the one and only Naomi from WWE. That's right. And I just want to take all this in right now. The song is a bop, and we're going to bring it to the floor right now. So Naomi, that's who we're talking about right now, guys. We are live here on Periscope. We're live on Instagram, and as well as Facebook, DTA Podcast, guys. Facebook, DTA Podcast HQ. It's going down right now. You know, Sunday Night Wrestling. You know how we do at DTA. We have a lot, as I said, a lot to discuss, a lot on the table. And one of the things that really irked me with this Naomi thing was that not only is it still going on, but, you know, and it's still going on relatively for a very, very good reason. But it's something that I think that a lot of fans kind of don't like talking about, because it gives off a very bad connotation of, you know, certain things, because they don't necessarily like to talk about it, you know, being the higher ups. And I want to talk about this because a story came out that hit my desk. But Naomi is someone that I definitely have a lot of emotion for, because of who she is, because of the fact that someone of color, you know, she is someone of stature who I think gives a lot of people hope, including myself. Seeing her from the Funkadactyls all the way to now, and then even the hashtag that was trending, and yeah, so the hashtag Naomi deserves better, and you know, I think she is a phenomenal star, once again, and it's just really interesting on how she's being talked about right now. So there is a story out right now that is going on regarding Naomi, and like I said, this video is going to be too long, but I just wanted to shilling with you guys here. Well, Isaac on Instagram, you guys could check that out. We're also live on Facebook, but you guys chat with us, let us know your thoughts, let us know what you think. You know, this is something that, like, as I mentioned, like, it's not going to go away. It's going to be something that's going to be here some time, and I just personally think that in order for us to start to get, it can't just be one-sided. It can't just be the rulers per se, or not even, because there were that came out that weren't even supporting, and, you know, in their own way, and to that nature, she had to clap back and fight back some things that had happened to her, and I just think it's really interesting because again, this is this Black woman who living in her own skin, that she has to and continuously to be dealing with something like that is a lot. Is a lot to deal with as a young Black woman, which Naomi is, and it's just frustrating to hear these on how she is looked upon, and how some people may not want to have the rush happen so fast, which I understand, because we've been asking for her push for a very, 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 very long time, and there's some things that came throughout the woodwork, and then there was some things that fly. And most recently, we that Ariane came back, and that was interesting. She came back to AEW, and we spoke about that in the previous DTA, and I just think it's interesting because it shows what's possible, and I think when Ariane came back, and then around that same was the whole hashtag Naomi deserves better, and of course AEW sort of did pick up on that, and it started to spread even more. But then I saw people saying stop saying that because creatives are taking it serious, and so forth and so forth, which they didn't, because they put her on SmackDown and then right after that, and it was just like and it was just a lot going on. So a lot of fans thought that stop talking about it because if they're not going to take it serious, then why do we keep talking about it? Because they think we're joking, and that's where it started to fall flat. And then also you have Booker T came out and say some things about he's gonna basically, it says, quote here, I'm gonna end it like this: if you think I can't help you at all, and that's what I'm trying to do, help you get to the next level. You think you guys on the internet, go on social media, can help more than I do, go that route. I'm gonna leave it at that. And so that's how they think about social media, from creative to bookers to even wrestlers backstage who follow the protocols backstage. I think that's completely. I get where Booker T's coming from, but I think it's totally different now. Things are different. With social media, you get instant gratification. You get good or bad feelings from the universe, and that's what Vinnie Mac wants. He wants that gratification, and when it's not good, you guys don't like seeing that, and that's fair. But at the same time, you have to respect that. You have to respect that we are demanding something and give it to us. And if you're not, then we're going to continue to call you out. And if you don't like that, it's so bad. So be it. And I always say, I'm not a component of hate speech or anything like that, but come on, isn't this business about consumers? We are the consumers. So if we, the fans that being, not me, Peter Parker, aka EJPCO Corner, you guys can follow me there. Not me, not me. In this podcast analytical, video format here, I'm talking about as fans, as people who consume wrestling, wrestling, and specifically WWE. We demand that Naomi deserves better, just like we demand that Roman finally turns heel, and they finally did it after how long of demanding, and that's the frustrating part in this, is that we are trying, you keep telling us to shut up, and then you tell the wrestlers to just follow the protocol, because that's not going to get her anywhere. And then Naomi goes and responds, I don't feel this way, nor would I ever say something like this, though I felt my work ethic and what I have on my merit was dismissed. Okay, advice and constructive criticism was greatly appreciated and will be applied, especially coming from Booker T. So there you have it, guys. I just, it is what it is. It's something that is going to continue, and I'm just frankly, tired of it. Oh, yeah. So this is just really interesting. It's just really interesting on how all this came out to be, and yeah. So it's funny with this song going on in the background, the Bella Twins. It's just a lot when you're trying to support a wrestler and you keep getting shot down as a fan. Like, I don't think that that's fair. I don't think that that's fair for Booker T to say that. I don't think it's fair for anyone to say that. You know, what's up, everyone? Once again, we're here. We are live on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Once again, just remind everyone, come chat with us at DTA Podcast. How do you feel? What's your thoughts on this? What's your thoughts on Naomi and what's going on? Do you even care? Let us know. Tweet us at DTA Podcast or Facebook at DTA Podcast HQ, or even on Instagram. Even after you watch this or before, during, let us know your thoughts. Let's chat about it. We have more content coming up via DTA Podcast, so stick around for that. But this story of Naomi is interesting because it's like, I think it shows the women's division in WWE in a microcosm that, you can only chant or support very, very few. Everything else that's not in the program for the company, it's like, yo, shut up. Don't even worry about that. Like, don't talk about that. Like, that's not fair. That's not, they want to keep us in this box. And I say us because I am a fan, but it's something that I've seen has been happening in trajectory of time in WWE. It started even with Sasha. People would want her, but at the time it was certain persons such as Becky or Charlotte, like, or now since Bayley, but they're together, but like only one at a time. And I get that that's the format, the protocol in the company, but the fans don't give a fuck. We don't care. Like we root for who we want to root for. And when we see that she has talent, she has agility, she has technique, she has everything, it's just like with Big E. We knew Big E had all this. Big E's been having all this talent, all of this capabilities and everything that we've been wanting from a wrestler, and then boom. How long it took to get here. That's what we're talking about. So when it comes to Naomi and hashtag Naomi deserves, but this is more than just a hashtag, more than just people rallying on social media to push you and cancel culture and all this crap that y'all want to put this in. No, this is really just us as a collective coming together to sit there and say, this woman deserves better. She deserves better than fighting Lacey Evans, than putting over Lacey Evans with this right hand woman punch. Okay, great. But if she doesn't work, how long are we going to keep putting someone who does work to put someone who doesn't over because the man backstage happened to like a little blondes? I mean, it is what it is, and it's just like, it's not right, and it's not fair, and it's not just. Everything that's going on right now in the country with Black Lives Matter and everything else, this would be the perfect time to jump on identity politics, on the identity swing, and go towards something that is really rectifying the industry. But no, y'all don't want to go there just yet. So we're taking baby steps, which is fine, but give everyone a chance, which is all we're saying. Naomi deserves better. And which is the headline. Like, will they ever learn? Will they ever listen to the fans? Or do they even care? And I think the answer is very straightforward, It is what it is. Basically. So it's just very frustrating. Once again, as a wrestling fan, I'm sure, and it's tiring as well. And to that nature, shout out to the Overtimer for this story. And they're here talking about, will WWE listen to the fans regarding Naomi? Just ginger ale tonight. So, and they go on here. It says, ever since her return to Royal Rumble earlier this year, fans have been high as ever on Naomi. This return went viral on Twitter and got Naomi tons of new fans. Fans who were let down when nothing came from this. She popped into SmackDown a few times, mainly low-key stakes feuds with Lacey Evans. With WWE finally listening to fans with their collective dislike of Roman Reigns, when Naomi finally get a sustained push. You see, like that's what I just said. It takes their back against the wall. It takes them to have this issue where things get stagnant and like they act like they don't know what to do, but they knew what to do. They just didn't want to do it. So now we're here, and I mean, maybe it would take something like this, And it is sad, you had Amber Moon. Shout out to you, Amber Moon. You had Amber Moon who spoke about for the sanctity of just women's wrestling and saying like she didn't like that the fact that Sasha and Bayley was on all the shows and winning, and winning all the titles and stuff. And she was like, there are more people who are eligible to win the titles. And when the time that they were consuming everything, and I still feel that is fair, that is valid, and it's something that, again, that we have to talk about, because it's like, if no one is backstage supporting you, we know how this business works. We know how sports, like, if no one's there backing you, no one's there, looking out for your best interest. If you don't come from legacy, if you don't have someone who built their name and a brand, and then you could come under, which most legacy children do not like doing, but it is how the business work, and I don't think it's fair. I don't think, but you got to play the game. And then when she said that, like, I was here for it, because Amber Moon is sitting at home and she's like, what is going on? And yeah, she's possibly injured forever. I mean, well, she said indefinitely. I mean, basically take it for that. But hopefully she is able to recover some magically way. But she said, like, there are so many qualified people backstage, and that's her way of looking out for people, going out of kayfabe and saying, what is going on? Give some other people attention. And that's what we ask for. That's what we want as fans. We want people to get opportunities, and that's what it's about. Here comes the one and only, the boss. But I just think that it's so important that people fight for you, and if you have a voice in a company, in a corporate, in any type of culture, any type of work environment, if you have a voice with the higher ups, it's important that you look out for others. Shout out to MVP. Talk about hashtag Black equity in professional wrestling. MVP, one of the producers on Raw. I just realized, I found that out a couple of weeks ago, that he's on Raw, like, helping build this collective of blackness, which is why we're seeing these people actively on Raw every week, with Apollo Crews tonight, and Lashley, and Shelton Benjamin, even MVP himself. People who would have been, if the MVP didn't have this opportunity to help build a collective, coalition of great talented athletes, African American, brown, he male and female. Where would they be? Shelton Benjamin was a forgotten soul, even though he re-signed with the company, and obviously this is what they wanted, to make sure that compared to the last contract, you did some good thing. You looked out for him, and it's up to him to make it, and you can't say the same about Naomi. Naomi has made it. She proves it. She's a 2-time women's champion. Not to mention, she went to Saudi Arabia early this year to fight, to make history at that. Or was that last year? I forget. It goes on here. This story from Overtimer, Overtimer.com. It says here, back in 2017, Naomi will win the SmackDown Women's Championship twice. The first reign was only 9 days long. However, defeated Alexa Bliss at Elimination Chamber. I so remember that. And then she goes on. She would have vacate to do injury. Bliss would take the belt back on SmackDown, defeating Becky Lynch. But come WrestleMania 33, Naomi would reclaim it in the 6-pack challenge, beating Bliss, Becky Lynch, Natalya, Carmella, and Mickie James. I remember that one. That match was everything. And fans are really craving for Naomi to end Bayley's reign, and that's what they're saying. August 21st episode of SmackDown Live, Naomi would defeat Bayley in the Beat the Clock challenge, just 2 minutes and 34 seconds. And actually, that was like last week. This is a rare loss for Bayley, who's been one of the most dominant forces in WWE, with the focus of Bayley like being a huge feud with her best friend Sasha, and many feel that the feud doesn't need a championship. Now that I agree with that. See what I'm saying? Shout out to Overtimer for this story here. Like, this is great, insane, and also the writer Matthew Blanchard. This is awesome. Like, I agree. Sasha and Bayley do not need a title. And really, considering that Sasha just won that Raw title, and Sasha has had horrible title reigns, I feel like she's jinxed. I don't know, but it makes perfect sense to go and then to have them fight without a title, because they have so much animosity and stuff that's built up. It would be great television. It would be a great storyline to build upon, and then Naomi could take that title, and then she could build great feuds with Lacey or whoever that they want, blonde that they want at the top. I don't know. I saw also a great situation on Facebook group chat that someone's saying about Natalya And when Charlotte comes back, that hopefully they could build the legacy versus legacy thing, her being Hart and then Charlotte being the Flair. There's reports that Charlotte may be out for almost a year. We're going to cover that story, follow up more on that. Tomorrow night, we'll be doing another video broadcast. Me and my co-host, Suplex City Diva, aka Miss Mania. Yeah, we're all going through some changes. New season coming up. New names. But yeah, so I really like what this article is saying right here. I really, really do. And yeah, so it goes on and says here, after August 21st and Bayley lost to Naomi to beat the clock. And it goes on, there are many ways to get Bayley versus Banks without a championship involved. So why not spotlight? If Naomi's ready to be SmackDown Women's Champion for the third time, should WWE keep listening to their fans to get Naomi a chance? I hope so. I really do hope so. I really, 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 really do hope so. Because if not, it is going to be, it's going to be interesting. Let's just say that. It's going to be interesting to see what happens. And I just, I just think that this is something, again, as I continuously keep saying, it's not going to stop. It's not going to just turn into something that's just disappear, in a sense. Like, it's not going to do that. It's not going to just go away. What's going to happen is that, one of two things. Either it will go away and then resurface, or it's going to stay at the top of everyone's, start building a coalition and fan pages and everything, which we have, but it will be more and more vocal. Just like how K-pop is everywhere. Like, every hashtag got K-pop in it. It's insane. No matter what. Seriously, I don't know how they do it. But that's what we need to do. Flood it. Flood the timelines. Naomi deserves better. She really does. She really, really does. And it's imperative that, once again, we continue to push that every single day. Because without a doubt, she deserves it. Every woman wrestler deserves the push just as much as men do. Shout out to all the women wrestlers. Shout out to Charlotte Flair. Shout out to Nikki and Brie Bella for their babies. Shout out to Bianca Belair, Black Girl Magic. Shout out to Jordan Gray. Shout out to what's the girl that took her title? Deonna Purrazzo. Shout out to Kylie Ray. Shout out to all of them. Susie. Susie. I love Susie from Impact, by the way. One of my favorite characters. Rosemary. And then you got who else? Havoc, Jessica Havoc, and Nevaeh, and all my two girls, Kara Hogan and Tasha Steelz. It's so many out there. Everyone in independent wrestling, like all the women out there doing the damn thing. And congratulations to Tessa Blanchard. Apparently she got married, so we're gonna talk more about that too with my co-host tomorrow. I don't think she knows, but I don't think no one knows. But so Tessa Blanchard's getting married. I'm glad that she's happy. And hopefully she continues on her road to recovery regarding just the issues she had, and becoming a better person. But yeah, and lastly, I just want to continue this with Naomi. Like, this is not going to stop. This probably won't be my last video about Naomi. It's important, again, that we keep talking about it. So yeah, I just want to say that. And like I said, guys, tomorrow night, Monday night, we will be broadcasting here on the same platforms. But I just to give that heads up, and I think it's important and it's imperative that we just fight for the wrestlers that we love, anyone that we love. But in wrestling, fight for them, because if we don't, they will be stuck at catering, as we always say, and nobody wants that, guys. Nobody wants that. Once again, guys, you guys can follow me at EJPCO Corner, aka Peter Parker here, the host of DTA Podcast, one of the hosts here. Again, we'll be coming back with the new season, season 3, in October. A lot of great things in the works for you guys. Yeah, excited for what's to come. Excited for everything that's happening in the world of wrestling. Tomorrow we're going to cover what Payback and the predictions and whatnot, and also what's coming up this week with you got AEW. You got some independent events going on. So a lot of stuff going on. I'm going to give you guys some information. Make sure you check us out at DTA Podcast. Follow us, put the notifications on live. You will check us out. All right, guys. And tell us what your thoughts of Naomi. Once again, I think it's just important that we continue to just connect and be safe out there. And let's not get too crazy. Prayers are up for Sonya Deville. This is what's going on with Sonya Deville. It's absolutely horrific. And we're going to talk more about that tomorrow because there are updates. Make sure you follow us again at DTA Podcast, DTA Podcast HQ on Facebook, but DTA Podcast everywhere else. Also, we're going to put some new updates on the website, dtanews.info. So just make sure you follow us and we'll give all the information out there. Again, I want to thank you guys for tuning in. Chat with us, even post this video, chat with us. Let us know your thoughts because it's important. And if you feel the same way, let's make something happen, because they need the support more than ever. All right. All right, guys. See you later.